Namaste, I am Bansuri Bliss Founder Dr. Kerry Kriger. This is a Bansuri Bliss members beginner's lesson, and we do have some brand new people here.
Okay.
And therefore, I am going to teach some flute for beginners. Let's start from scratch. It's a Bansuri. It's got 6 main holes. Okay? 3 holes closed is our most important note. That's Sa. I'm on an F flute. Doesn't matter what pitch flute you have. You should have a tambura in the background. All right, ideally either into your headphones or a decent speaker or a real person playing the tambura if you're fortunate enough to have one. So that creates our drone. Mine is currently set at F plus 32 cents. Yours would be set to whatever 3 holes closed on your flute is. Okay, but don't have it on right now because it'll conflict with this one. Anyway, let's just blow Sa. Take a deep breath. Consciously, continuously breathe outwards. All right, my microphone is showing orange, meaning it's getting near clipping, which could be bad. Did my sound come through fine, Dinesha? Can you give me a thumbs up or down? All right, if it starts to sound bad, let me know. 3 holes closed, Sa. Let your sound fade out smoothly. Let the volume fade out smoothly as you run out of air. Use all your air. All right, moving up the scale, going higher in pitch. We're going to lift a finger off the flute. Now we have 2 holes closed. Re is the name of the note. Ga. Now we can lift that off and get Tivra Ma. I like to have my finger off the flute. I'm not locked to the flute. I don't roll it like that to get off because then it would be blocking it. So I lift it off the flute. Disconnect. Not a roll. Not for me anyway. I lift it off. Let's do this. Do not use your tongue. We're not using our tongue. We're only thinking about our breath and our fingers. We're not going okay? Just take a deep breath. Consciously, continuously breathe outward. So we've done 4 notes. Sa, Re, Ga, Ma. That's a Tivra Ma. That's a sharp 4th. The other notes were should, natural. Now we're at the 5th note, Pa. Alright, so it's conceptually 6 holes closed, but we usually lift this finger. Alright, finger closest to our face. We lift it up and it'll sound better. Alright, but it's as if we have 6 holes closed. So you should get good at doing this. Ma, pa, ma, pa. Alright, this finger can stay up. It doesn't have to be far from the flute. Okay, it just needs to be up. But you should be able to go like that and hit those notes. While consciously, continuously breathing outwards. Why do I repeat certain things? Because they're the super important fundamental things that you must know and achieve, master, get used to if you want your flute playing to sound good. You must take a deep breath, and you must consciously, continuously breathe outwards. Why do I say it right now? Because most beginner flute players, when they're practicing ma-pa, breathe, break, breathe, break, breathe, break, and it doesn't sound good. You have to keep breathing outwards if you want sound. All right, we've got 5 notes done. Pa is the hardest note to play of the ones we've done. Why? Because you need all the notes sealed. If there's a leak like that, note the distance here to here. Maybe this finger drags the finger like that, and then you get a little hole, a leak. You don't want a leak. It's got to be sealed shut. Okay? Now, we're at pa. We need to go to da. Watch what happens. The top finger, this one, and the bottom finger, this one, they switch. Da, the 6 notes. Sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da. So we need to practice going like that. Pa, da, pa, da. As we move up, we have to blow harder. Every time we go up, we have to blow a little bit harder. Every time we come down, we have to blow a little bit softer. Is the 7th note. Sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni. And we're at high sa now. We're an octave above where we started. Sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa. Ni, sa. We're up high. We have to be blowing hard. If you can't get the sound, you need to blow harder. Note the difference between playing saw and high saw is not the finger, it's just how hard we blow. The mouth gets tighter as we go higher. Okay, good. Now we need to be able to come down to we have notes under saw. They're the low octave. Mundra subtuck. All right, low octave. Consciously, continuously breathing outwards. If it's not coming out, you need to blow softer. If you hear it squeak or squeal, you're blowing too hard. If it's not coming out, maybe you need to squeeze your fingers harder to make sure there's no leaks. If you have a leak, it won't be good. No leaks. All right, seal the holes. Sa ni da. Sa ni da pa. I have pa coming out of the tambora. The low pa is the first string of the tambora currently. All right, it's going pa, sa, sa, sa. So when we hit the low pa, we should be in tune. We should hear it with this. Low paw, I have all 6 holes closed. This is not up, it's down. 6 holes closed. From high saw, we should be able to go up higher too, but for now, probably not too important. If you can't get up to high saw, just focus on getting to high saw, but eventually, once you get a nice high saw, then you can practice going into the high octave. The high octave is from high saw upwards. High re, high ga, the only difference is how hard I'm blowing. Sa, re, ga, high sa, high re, high ga. Yeah, I usually don't need to say high because we should know from context what octave we're in. High tivrama. Take a deep breath. You have to blow hard to get the high notes. If you can't play high sa, don't try to play high re. Alright, go up to the highest note you can play, get good at it, and then go one note higher and start adding that into what you're playing. What should you play? Well, start by just getting the notes, move your fingers around, try to hit every note you're trying to play. Just go in order, like walking up the steps. We don't usually jump steps. Okay, we go one step at a time. It's like the scale. I'm playing Kalyan scale. That's Lydian mode. Western music called Lydian mode. Kalyan scale. Sa, re, ga, tivrama. It's our sharp fourth. Sa, re, ga, tivrama, pa, da, ni, sa. Sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa. Okay, hey, I think that's a good intro. Bansuri for absolute beginners, let's call that. Getting the basics. Take a deep breath. Consciously, continuously breathe outwards. Fully seal the holes so that they're closed. Don't use your tongue yet. Okay, we will eventually, but for now, you shouldn't need to be using your tongue. Later on, we can do that. Be able to play the scale. Be able to name the notes. You should know where you're at. I'm at da. Okay? I'm at re. Sa, re, ga, ma. We should know this is a tivra ma. It's not from the major scale. It's not a natural fourth. It's a sharp fourth. Okay? Pa. We should remember that middle octave. We lift this finger usually. This finger comes up, whereas low octave pa, all 6 are down. All right? Middle and high pa, that should usually be up. We should practice going from ma to pa smoothly, consciously, continuously breathing outwards, because especially between ma and pa, if you're not conscious about it, you won't even realize that probably you'll be breaking your breath. It'll just stop. It's what happens with beginner flute players. You do not want that to happen. Consciously, continuously breathe outwards. We should be able to do it over and over because our fingers don't need to come far off the flute, and they're just probably going straight up over top of the hole. They just come straight back down. You should probably practice doing pa da, as I said. Pa da. All right, I was doing this exercise with Conti yesterday. Get a rhythm going. All right, we can call it 4 beats or 8 beats, whatever you want. I would start at sa. Sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Ideally, we could put it on repeat. When it ends, we don't have to let it be a long ending and congratulate ourselves and think about how we got to the end and think about what's coming up next. We should already know. We're going to put it on repeat. We're going to keep the beat going. I played it twice in a row. Now let's talk about tongue, because I had to use my tongue there. Because I didn't take a breath. I didn't want to take a breath. If I had taken a breath, I wouldn't have needed my tongue. But I needed my tongue here. How are we going to tongue? The simplest is two. T-O-O. Two. Okay? So everyone should be able to say it. If you can't say it, you can't play it. So everyone should be able to say two. Two, two, two. Why do we say it? Because that's the motion that's going to happen to play it. When we use our tongue, it's gonna add in a little bit of force. So we may have to blow a little bit softer than we usually do to not overload the note and go up too high. You should still have a nice tone even when you're tonguing. Alright, so blow a saw without the tongue, and then when you tongue it, it should not make it sound bad. It just gives a little percussiveness. All right, now that we can tongue, Alright, I'm back. Okay, we were practicing the tonguing. Why did I have to tongue? Because I had 2 notes in a row that were the same note. Alright, I went sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa. Alright, so the first phrase ends at sa. The next phrase starts at sa. Sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa. Sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa. Sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa. Notice, even when I speak, I have to use my tongue to separate, to differentiate between the two saws. Sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa, sa, re. If I don't do that, I get sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa, re. Okay, we need to do it on the flute too. So it's woo, two. All right, there's other ways to make it happen, but there's one, and that's what I did. Anyway, let's continue onwards. Anyway, our goal was to get an 8-beat rhythm going. We don't even have to do it without breathing. Let's just breathe. That's another way to separate the two saws. Just simply breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On the 8th, we have time to breathe because beat 7 saw is really 2 total beats long. Sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa. So let's just go ahead and breathe there. But it's got to be fast. We have to keep the beat. The drummer's not going to stop because you need to breathe. You may have heard a little pulse. That was my foot. We can clap, tap, or snap. All right, we can clap, tap, or snap to keep a beat. Or we can just keep a mental beat. Or we can turn on a metronome. Or we can turn on our tabla machine. Or we can meet up with the local drummer and make some music together. All right, but we've got to be able to keep the beat. All right, we can play slow, we can play fast. We should be able to play both. All right, play it whatever's easiest for you to begin with, and then you can experiment going slower. You can experiment going faster. Scale exercise. I just played an alankar. All right, I took a phrase. Sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa, ah. Ah, what is ah? That means that's our akar. That's our pause. Sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa, ah. I don't have to say the ah. All right, that's just for learning purposes. Sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa, ah. Sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa, ah. Sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa. Okay. Now,
I have a question.
Yes, okay.
So these scale practice, are they available on sheets? Like, because I don't think I will remember everything you said.
How many beats is it?
Scale
Now, how many beats is the phrase that we did?
4.
Okay, so you remember that.
Yeah.
All right. And what 2 notes did we use?
Sa and re.
Okay, so you remember that.
Yeah.
And what was the order of the notes?
Sa re.
And that, but it was 8 beats, not 2 beats. Sa re is 2 beats. We need 8 beats. You got the first 2. What comes next? Sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa.
Okay. Sa.
So what's the phrase? Sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa.
Okay.
What's the phrase?
I don't understand the question.
We have, here's, you said it, you said, yes, we can write it down, and yes, I already have it written down, but it's easy to remember, and we need to be able to remember. One, we have to be able to hear music and remember it, okay? To have it in our head long enough to write it down, to conceptually understand it, to write it down, to be able to play it back, okay? So, the whole thing comes from just knowing one phrase. And you already told me two of the most important things about that it was 8 beats long, and that there were 2 notes total, sa and re. So I asked you, what's the phrase? The phrase is sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa. And you said yes. Do you agree with that? It's sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa.
That is sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa. 7, right?
Correct. Sa, re, sa, ah. Sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa, ah. That's why I was saying the ah, right? That's the 8th part. Sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa, ah. Sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa, ah. But I don't have to say the ah, sorry, it's not an ah, it's an ah. Sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa. Sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa. Okay?
Yeah.
We can also think of it as 4, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now I'm going at double speed, and I'm using an and to signify the second half of the beat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa. We can think of it either way. Okay? Now, do you agree let's just go back to it being 8 beats. Sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa. Sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, you told me sa and re are the notes used. It's 8 beats, so my question again is, what's the phrase? It's what I'll give you a hint. It's what I've been repeating over and over and over and over.
Sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa.
Correct.
Sa.
Good. Now, we know everything we need to know to write the entire thing out. Okay? Because, well, assuming we know the scale, which I taught beforehand, the scale of Kalyan. Okay? To make an alankar, first off, that's what I was saying before. We have a scale exercise. We've created a scale exercise. It's called an alankar. It's a type of scale exercise in which the phrase, the initial phrase, that's the only thing I really need to know, because what's going to happen is it's going to repeat itself on successive levels of the scale. Sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa. I move up. I take a step up the stairs. Okay, and now I'm at re, ga, re, ga, re, ga, re. Sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa. Re, ga, re, ga, re, ga, re. Ga, ma, ga, ma, ga, ma, ga. Ma, pa, ma, pa, ma, pa, ma. Pa, da, pa, da, pa, da, pa. Da, ni, da, ni, da, ni, da. Ni, sa, ni, sa, ni, sa, ni. And then I'm at the top. Sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa. Alright? I've ascended. I'm halfway done. Now I need to descend. When I'm playing this, I can also think of it as, now I'm at sa. I'm at the phrase that begins with sa. I'm at the phrase that begins with re. I'm at the phrase that begins with ga. I'm at the phrase that begins with ma, pa, da, ni, sa. There's 8 total times, okay, that we do the structural phrase. Okay? Now I'm just going to descend. I'm going to start with high saw, ni, da, pa, ma, ga, re, sa. And the exercise is done. Ideally, I'd repeat. All right? Again, I wouldn't stop and congratulate myself and take a really long breath as the drummer keeps going. Ideally, I'd start again, put it on a loop, because here's how we practice. Music. Certainly Indian classical music, but pretty much music in general. We learn something or conceive something, compose something, and if we like it or think it's important and we want to get good at it, we put it on repeat and we practice it over and over and over. How long? Twice? 3 times? 4 times? As long as we can handle it, okay? And maybe even a little bit more. And we listen and improve the parts that aren't coming out. If I notice every time I go ma pa ma pa ma pa ma, something weird happens, then I put a little bit more consciousness into that when I get to it the next time that I play it. And ideally, I wouldn't move on to the next thing until and unless I can perfectly do the whole exercise. If I haven't done it perfectly, there's no reason to move on. If I've done it perfectly once, I could move on, but ideally 2 or 3 times minimum, okay? Ideally a whole lot more. You just do it for as long as you can do it, an exercise. And not only should it be enjoyable, but you will get a lot better. And then when you're improvising, those finger motions will come out more naturally without you having to think about it because you've already practiced them. Okay, so is it written down? Yes, it's written down. Let me unspotlight you. Thanks for the question. And let's we can write it down, or I can see if it's up on the site. How would I do that? Let me open up bansuribliss.com/academy. Little musical interlude after a lot of talking. All right, let me share my screen. Dinesha, can you take roll call for us? I believe we've got Manasa out there. Maybe you can chat in your name so he can take a roll call. And hey, we're here every Saturday and Sunday at this exact time, 8 a.m. Los Angeles time, learning, playing Bansuri. So if you want to learn Bansuri, show up. If you want to learn Bansuri in the traditional sense and more rapidly than if you were attempting to learn on your own, which I find doesn't go well if people try to learn something classical music on your own. Good luck, I'll say. Okay, so here we are, bansuribliss.com/academy, and scroll down. Oh, there it is, Kalyan. All right, that's what we were playing, Kalyan. And let's see what kind of exercise. Hey, there it is. Imagine that, the very first scale exercise there. Okay? We can apply this exercise to lots of different scales. All right? Whatever your scale is, let's just take scales that have both sa and re. Start it out. Sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa. And then you just move up the steps of your scale. What is a scale? It's a collection of notes that generally goes in order, either ascending or descending across an entire octave. Okay, so sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa is the arohi ascending scale of Kalyan, and sa, ni, da, pa, ma, ga, re, sa is the descending scale. So let's open this up and discuss reading and writing music. And hey, it says, hey, there's a simpler version of this alankar that I taught. And there's, hey, that should be linked right there, else no one's going to find it. So it needs to be a different color right there. Hey, I'll just open it up right now. And fix that. All right, so sa, re, sa, re, sa. Hey, Conti, we did that one too. I think. No. We did sa, re, sa. Yeah, yesterday we did sa, re, sa, ah. All right, so that would have been our phrase. Sa, re, sa. Re, ga, ma, ga. Here's another variety. We'll say sa, re, sa, 2, 3, 4. Sa, re, sa, 1, 2, 3. Whatever you want to say. Sa, re, sa, ah, ah. Sa, re, sa, ah. Re, ga, ga, ma, ga, ah. Just changing the rhythm, same notes. All right, hey, there I am. Oh, whoa, I could have sworn I removed all those excess videos. Oh, those need to be fixed right there. Hey, it's good to know. All right, we have written music right here. It's an alankar. It's Kalyan. I've written the beat numbers for each column. What beat out of our 16-beat cycle? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 1. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 1. I'm clapping every other beat. All right, if I clapped every beat, it would be a lot of claps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so no need to do that. We need to keep our clap, tap, or snap, or metronome. Should not change. It shouldn't change. Okay, it should be exactly the same duration between each beat. Steady. All right, sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa, ah. How do I write an ah? The akar, the pause. All right, a little dash, underscore, whatever you want to call it. That signifies, it doesn't mean stop the music. It usually means you're going to hold the thing that preceded it will just be held longer. The saw's 2 beats here. All right, but hey, perfect time to breathe, right? I have more time to breathe on beat 8 than anywhere else. Well, sorry, beat 16. Okay, we could practice this in an 8-beat rhythm. We could practice it in a 16-beat rhythm. We could do it in a 4-beat rhythm. 4, 8, 16. Okay. Every note's written uppercase. I suggest you write every note uppercase. If you're writing by hand, don't use lowercase, use uppercase for every note. A tivrama is denoted by the vertical bar above it. A high octave note like high sa has a dot over it. The 4 divisions of Teental are clearly shown right here, here by bars. All right, so we have 3 bars to make 4 V-bogs, divisions, each with 4 beats. 4 times 4 is 16. We have 4 divisions with 4 beats. We're in Teental. Does it say that on this page? No, it doesn't say it, but we can tell because we're classically trained musicians who are musically literate and know how to read and write, and we know that if we see 4 divisions with 4 beats each, it's a 16-beat rhythm. Hey, it's even written right up here. There's 16 beats in the rhythmic cycle, the avartan. And a plus sign means sum. It may sometimes be written as an X. Okay? Just rotate at 45 degrees. Okay? Either way, that's sum. That's the first beat. That's beat 1 of our rhythmic cycle. And the circle up here, superscript, just to the right of the middle bar, signifies Kali. That means we're on the 9th beat. So usually I wouldn't need to write the numbers here. That's rare that I write the numbers because we can tell wherever there's a plus sign, that beat's number 1. And in Teental, where there's a circle like that, that's Kali, Khali. That is beat 9. Okay? So if we were to turn on the tabla, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, we can start counting the second we hear it, and we can count with it. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 1. It repeats. It's a rhythmic cycle. We have to get used to the sound of the tabla bowls, the sound of the notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I usually don't count above the number 4 in music, but I have to keep track of which 4 I'm on. Am I on the first set of 4, the second 4, the third 4th, fourth 4? All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat from the bottom. Ascend again. Descend again. Do it over and over. I played the whole page just now. I played it one time. Turn this off. Do you need to do it with the tabla on? No. But you should be able to, and eventually after you get the melody and can play the different notes, you should turn on a metronome and or eventually a tabla.
I have another question.
Yes.
Is there a fingering chart for these like?
It's funny you should ask, because I do have a fingering chart,
Yeah.
and everybody watching this, at least currently, has access to that fingering chart because it's in a free course that anybody can access. So let me show you where to find that. Academy. Go to bansuribliss.com/academy. Right there. Hey, imagine that. It's the very first thing. Getting started with Bansuri. Lots of people write me all the time. Say I want to learn Bansuri. And sometimes I just tell them, okay, go watch the Getting Started course. Getting Started with Bansuri. Go take the free course. Tell me when you're done. I never hear back from anyone. So who knows if they quit, if they dislike it, if it was boring or whatever. But if you take that, I can guarantee you learning Indian classical music will be significantly easier, because this course has the basic things about Indian classical music and Bansuri that you must know or that you should know to make your life a lot easier as a musician learning a difficult topic such as Indian classical music. So if we come down here, there is a section called the notes in Indian classical music. All right, I just taught you the notes, or a lot of them anyway. The notes on Bansuri, and here's Bansuri fingering charts right there.
Okay.
All right, so let's take a look at it. There's 2 of them. Print them out. Post them up on your wall or refrigerator or at your desk, or have them in your music area. Okay? Here's high saw. So what it says is read the chart from the bottom to the top. So let's just go to the bottom. We came down to paw. This is what we did today. All right, we were all the way down at paw with 6 holes closed. True?
I don't see the chart.
Okay. You need to flip screens. Zoom has two screens, one with the video and
Oh,
one maybe with the, I'm not sure. If you're on a Mac, it's Command Tab or Command Squiggly tilde. But you can open it too. Here's the link. You have access to this, so I'm going to put it in your chat right now. And there's the link. Hey everyone, here's the link. So even if you can't see it on my screen, you can open it up. Meanwhile, I'll keep explaining. We've already seen this. We went down to low paw and I told you close all 6 holes as opposed to middle paw. Remember that we keep this hole open. So if it's dark, that means your finger is closing it. We can see that as we ascend in pitch, we have less holes closed. All right, until we get to the Tiverma, everything open. Here's where we started. We started at saw. Really, I should put a big circle around that or something to note, hey, here's the starting point. Here's the most important note of them all. 3 holes closed. All right, we don't have to worry about the comal notes right now. The comal notes have lines under them. All right, let's just forget them. All right, so Ray, 2 holes closed. Ga, 1 hole closed. Ma, no holes closed. And then Pa, put all 5 fingers, your lower 5 fingers down to get the paw. And then remember I said to go from da to paw, not the comal da. We don't need to worry about that. Isn't it annoying having to see all these notes that we're not using in this scale? Well, hey, wouldn't it be helpful if I had a fingering chart that only showed you the notes of the scale in question, Kalyan? Yes, it would be. So let's go see if I have that. Let's get out of here. Right here, there's a breadcrumb to get you back where you came from. That was the getting started course. Well, we're not even going there, but there's Academy right there. Come back to the Academy. And let's go find the Kalyan course. Okay, so it's in the beginner courses because I like beginners learning Kalyan. All right. Kalyan is the easiest heptatonic scale, 7-note scale to play on a Bansuri because we don't have any partially closed holes. It's the only 7-note scale. All right. It's the only 7-note North Indian classical scale, we'll say, that has no partially closed holes on the Bansuri, plain saw from 3 holes closed. All right, so do I have a fingering chart? Wow, I would have put it right there if I did. Let's create it right now. Here's how easy it's going to be. Question, Conti.
yeah.
Did you find the chart first off?
I did. I did, yeah.
Okay, good. And does it make sense when you look at it?
Yeah, I have to get used to it.
Had you seen charts like that before?
Well, when I played the silver flute, I always played with a sheet of the scales.
Of staff notation?
Yes.
So you can read staff notation?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And you've just learned to read a little bit of Indian classical music. Does it make
Yeah,
sense
yeah, yeah.
reading Indian classical music?
Yeah, yeah.
Would you say it's easier so far or harder than
It
staff?
well, I think this is easier for me. I think I
Ah,
find
I
it
think it
easier.
is too.
Yeah.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I have a fingering chart, okay, for Bilawal. Bilawal's 1 note different than we have here. So I am just going to copy that and I will share that with you. Meanwhile, while I'm doing this, anyone out there have questions? Turn on your mic. Or Manasa, I can't remember if that was your name because you haven't changed that thing on the thing right there. I think it is. Otherwise, can you, if you want, feel free to unmute yourself if you want. Introduce yourself. Tell us if you've ever played music. Tell us what your name is and how you ended up here to learn some Indian flute. And if you have any questions. It looks like a handoff here. Yeah, hi.
Yeah, hi. We have a question like, how can we start with the kid because she can't learn by herself those online content and basics. So
Yeah.
it's more one-on-one question. Maybe we can text you. Yeah.
Well, I'll say, let me unshare this and then we'll create that Bansuri chart momentarily. How
Mhm.
does a person learn with me? I'm rebuilding or I'm creating maybe for the first time a good page that answers that because everybody has different, um, we'll say, resources and dedication. People have different financial resources. People
Mm.
have different dedication to play. Is a person very serious? Do they have other things going on in their life that take up too much of their time? And what is the method that they like to learn? So it's going to be a different answer for every person, but the main things I think about are, um, well, let's just start with the ideal situation. The ideal situation, if I had my way, because I learned some instruments that I have definitely not mastered or come anywhere close, and I take lessons. How would I ideally have it? I'd take a lesson every single day. I'd take a private lesson from a qualified instructor with whom I have a good relationship and get along, and I'd take one every day. That's not always going to be possible, and it's usually not going to be possible, but sometimes it is. Okay, if you can't do that, how often should you take it? Once a week? Once a month? As often as you can. Okay, ideally that you've had time to practice what you were taught before coming back for the next lesson. So maybe that's once a week, maybe it's once a month. Ideally, it would be a private lesson because you're going to get the most personalized feedback. This class today, no one else has played, but usually most of the time students are playing and I'm giving feedback, so you can come here in a group session. If I had the ability to not just take the private lessons, but the instructor or guru had an actual community where people could get together and you could meet other musicians, like-minded musicians, and hear them play and see what they're doing, then I would show up. That's what this is right now. Bansuri Bliss members lesson. We got people of different skill levels, different locations, backgrounds. People are learning different things. You're not going to get as much personalized feedback. All right, that's we'll say the cost. The
That's true.
benefit is it's happening every Saturday and Sunday, and if you become a Bansuri Bliss member and pay just one time and take advantage of it and show up as much as you can every Saturday and Sunday if you're available, then it's very cost effective, I'll say, and you will learn a lot. If you learn something today, you'll learn something every day that you show up here, and we're here every Saturday and Sunday at this time. So is that enough? That's enough for a lot of people, but again, it's your dedication. If you have the ability to pay for a private lesson, then you should take a private lesson at least once a month just to kind of check in and make sure everything's going well. But if you can take it once a week, good. I grew up right here, okay, and I learned from Pundit Vijay Raghav Rao, one of the all time great Indian flute players, and he lived right over there about a half an hour away for about 6 months of the year. Okay, there were no internet lessons at the time. There was nowhere you could log into and learn anything, which is something else. As we've seen, I have a Bansuri Bliss Academy when you're a member, along with the group lessons that are every Saturday and Sunday. You can go through those lessons, and as you improve, they'll make more sense. You'll have more ability to learn on your own. Okay, so I have hundreds of lessons archived in lots of different ragas: beginner, intermediate, advanced. Okay, so anyway, I would go and drive. I didn't just have to wake up and roll out of bed and connect on Zoom. That's really easy for all of you. You all have it easy. I had to actually get in a vehicle and go about 35 minutes to get my lesson. Ideally, I would go twice a week. Okay? If I was taking two private lessons a week with him, that was way more than I could handle as far as learning the new material, practicing it, and keeping up. But I knew he wouldn't be around forever, and he hasn't been. He passed away in 2011. He was 83 years old. So my philosophy has always been if you have a good teacher to learn the thing you want to learn, which you won't, hopefully you will always have one, but most musicians don't. Sometimes you have access to a good teacher. maybe even if they're still alive, they're too busy or they're on tour, they're not responding or who knows what. So anyway, my philosophy has always been when I have a good teacher, I'm going to take as many lessons as I can. I'm going to write down the music or record it, okay, so that later on, a year later, 10 years later, 20 years later, 25 years later, yesterday, last night, 2 nights ago, I was looking at notes from 2002. Okay, so you take good notes and you'll always have that stuff to learn. So anyway, unfortunately, I couldn't take 2 lessons a week. He was usually too busy. Okay, but we'd always try to do 1 lesson a week. If he was in Virginia and I was in Virginia, we'd try to meet up once a week. Okay, and that's a lot of knowledge. All right, so between those, summarize it. That was the long answer. How do you learn from me? There's 3 main things I offer. Private lessons. Okay, currently on the site, bansuribliss.com/private-lessons. I'm sure you can find it from the top bar of the site. You can see there that there's lessons with Kerry Kriger, lessons with Suraj Sonar, who's one of my top students. So he can teach. All right. If you learn from me, it'll be more expensive than learning from Suraj. So if price is an issue, then you could consider learning from taking some lessons with Suraj. And or even just if you're interested, what does Suraj teach? He has a different perspective. He's closer. He's closer to you in ability, so maybe he can relate to you or teach you better in some respects than I can because I can't remember what it's like to be a Bansuri beginner. I can, but not, all right. I'm still a beginner in some sense, but people of different levels have different skills, and you can live and learn from fools and from sages. Okay, you can learn from all kinds of people. So you got choices there, and there's lessons with Zaki Ahmad, who's an incredible singer, and everything we teach is. I teach Indian classical music. It's vocal style, most of it, Gayaki Ung. The music is the same as the North Indian classical singers. You can learn a lot from learning from a vocalist, and being able to sing is good for your musical skills, and hey, it's enjoyable too. So anyway, another option is to learn from Zaki. Zaki is far more advanced than I am musically. Okay, so there's 3 choices right there. And then there's these group lessons, which are included in the Bansuri Bliss membership, which currently the price hasn't changed in years. It will at some point. Okay, it's $60 per quarter. That means 3 months, $60, $20 a month. You could be here 8 or 9 times in a month, depending if it's a 28-day month or 31-day month. All right, so there's 9 group lessons, $20. All right, $2 each for the lesson. It's a pretty good deal, I think. And you also get access to the Bansuri Bliss Academy archived lessons, of which there's like 40 courses. There's more info in the Bansuri Bliss Academy archives than you will probably ever need in your entire life. You probably won't be able to get through it because there's so much stuff in there. You can get through it just by watching and reading, but to actually practice and master is a lot. Okay, there's probably more up there than I was ever taught by my teachers. All right, so there's tons of ways to learn right there.
Thank you.
And if you don't want to pay anything, I've got 100+ videos, probably like 150 videos on YouTube, youtube.com/@Bansuri Bliss. Just type in Bansuri Bliss. Also at the top of the site right here, I don't add to it too often, but there's a link that says ragas. There's like 10 ragas there, and you can click in there, and there's tons of free lessons in there. So a person wouldn't even have to pay for anything for a while. But if you're not getting personal feedback, if you cannot answer your question and get a response, if no teacher hears you play the flute and tells you, do this, don't do that, then you're not going to improve very fast, and you're probably going to have a bit of confusion and probably less Bansuri Bliss. We want to be able to enjoy ourselves. We want to be able to I want to be able to pick up my flute and just play. All right, I usually pick it up. I don't even think about what I'm going to play often or what rag is going to come out. I just start playing. Okay, now I can think, hey, I want to play Putt Deep in Fast Teen Tall or whatever, but we should just be able to play and make up music and enjoy ourselves. And hey, that's what we're here to do. I'm going to play some Kalyan, and then maybe we will still open up that chart. If you have any questions, chat them in right now, and I'll look at the chat. I'm just going to play.
Sorry, sir.
Yeah.
So this Kalyan, is that a Hindi term or Sanskrit term or?
Oh, it's the name of the raga, we'll say.
Oh,
I don't know what it means.
Indian raga, okay.
Correct. I teach North Indian classical music, Hindustani Sangeet. Okay, so the raga itself is not generally played Kalyan. The scale is the basis. It's the parent scale from which many scales are derived that are commonly used in ragas.
I think the pronunciation, I wasn't able to make it because I heard it as a different. So we say Kalyan.
Kalyan, yeah, Kalyan. Okay.
So
yeah,
okay.
I don't.
And the other word is alankar, right? You're saying
alankar.
Alankar, okay.
It's also called a palta, a scale exercise that repeats itself on varying levels, successive levels of the scale. All right, so let's do the one we did. Sa re sa, 4 beats. Sa re sa, sa re sa, sa re sa, sa re sa, sa re sa. If you mess up, then you definitely can't move on. You got to play it again. All right. Don't ever end on a mess up. Ideally, keep doing it, and not just once, multiple times correctly. Don't go fast. If it's not sounding good, slow it down. If you notice you're missing stuff, maybe you should slow down a bit. Conti, what is the phrase there? The phrase that is the basis of the alankar.
Phrase.
The phrase is the line, the melody. What is the thing that got played, that got repeated on successive levels of the scale? How many beats was it in the phrase?
So the 8 beats?
4. This one is different. This is not what, before we were doing sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa. Now we're doing sa, re, sa.
Okay.
4 beats, 2 notes, sa and re. The phrase is sa, re, sa, ah. Okay, sa, re, sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, pa, da, ni, sa, ni, sa, re, sa.
That is Kalyan?
Kalyan is the scale. Here's the most basic exercise, the most fundamental exercise of them all, aside from just blowing sa. The most fundamental scale exercise is to play the scale, the ascending scale, followed by the descending scale. On repeat. So it's going to be 8 notes up and 8 notes down. Take a deep breath. Consciously, continuously breathe outwards. I am going all the way up in one exhalation. All right? I'm not breaking between ma and pa like I told you all multiple times. Don't do that. You got to practice it. That's why we did the alankar. Because the alankar makes it, we're not moving so many fingers all at once. We're not going sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa. We're going sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa. And it's easy just to train one note at a time, which was my goal as I taught the brand new notes. Okay? Now that we should be able to play every single note, we should be able to go up and down and all around. We should just be able to move our fingers in any direction. All right, I'm not. Yes.
Just one time, can you show me the finger, the entire scale?
Yes.
Like, yeah, how to, like.
All right. All right. Thanks for coming here, Manasa. Come on back. All right, we don't need to worry about the seventh hole right now. But later on, if you have a 7-hole flute, then we can make use of it.
Is there a video clip where you show that slowly and I can follow?
Yes, Bansuri Bliss Academy.
Oh, okay.
Go to the Kalyan course.
Oh, Kalyan, okay. Oh,
and there's also controls, there should be, where you can actually slow down the video. I haven't looked at that, but let's go see. Can a person slow down a video?
So if I go to Kalyan course, the scale practice will be there, or you playing?
It's there. I showed it to you, yeah. And there were 4 videos, 3 of which were broken that I will work on fixing right now. Sorry, there's one vid. Well, yes, there were videos. Oh, here is a Kalyan Bansuri fingering chart. Why did I not see that before? How'd I even get here? Kalyan scale. Yeah, look at that. I just randomly came upon the thing that I thought I would have to recreate, that I was like, why don't I have that? Let's take a look at that.
Okay.
Let me share my screen, because I said I was going to show this to you before. Look, a Bansuri fingering chart. What I've done, I leave in the unused notes at a low opacity, low translucent, okay? They're lightly colored so that we can see the distance. Let me make this smaller so it all fits into one screen. Here's Kalyan Bansuri fingering chart. Now, I do this because if I only showed you the notes you use, you can't really tell how far apart they are. Yeah. What notes got omitted. Now we can see how it works. Yeah. All right, we go up what's called a whole step. Okay. All right, it's not a half step.
Yeah.
That's a half step. 2 half steps is a whole step. All right, so we go up whole, 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 half, whole, whole, half. And if you learn silver flute, Western style, you probably have heard that type of thing before, which I don't ever talk about in Indian classical music. Have you heard something like that, Kanti? Wholes and halves?
Yes, yes.
Whole,
Yes.
whole, 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 half, whole, 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 half, major scale. Whole, half, whole, whole, half, whole, whole, or something like that, minor scale. Okay, we don't talk like that, but we should understand what it is. All right, it went up 2 half steps, 2 half steps, 2 half steps, 1 half step. Right. So anyway, that's it. 3, 2, 1, 0. And then we move up a register. We've now moved up the register. Now all the sound is coming from the end of the flute, or most of the sound anyway. All right, so there's a big air change here. All right, we call it changing registers. Now we're up here, middle paw, and we open that finger because it'll sound better. We don't have to, but we should, usually. All right, now I talked about switching the fingers here when you go between paw and da. All right, 5, 4, 3. Now we're back to where we started, kind of, but an octave higher. High saw. All right, sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa. Everything's written uppercase. Ma is tivra, sharp fourth. It has a vertical bar above it. High saw has a dot over it. If I say saw, I'm referring to this saw. Unless from context we know that I must be up in the high octave, then maybe I'll just say saw here. Okay.
So the ma is all the fingers open, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Open hole.
Open. Oh yeah. Okay. Open hole. Okay.
If I wanted to, though, I could play it right here. 7 holes closed.
Yeah.
From the register above equals no holes closed in the register below. I can do it either way.
I see.
All right, it's got a slightly different sound. They should be in tune. They should be the same whether you do the 7 holes closed or no holes closed. All right, but for now, I wouldn't worry about the 7th hole. Later on, yes.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Be happy that you have a flute with it, which you do. Yeah. All right. Let's see if there were any questions. All right. I think we covered everything. Yes, I'm glad I did scale up and scale down, because that is truly the most fundamental scale exercise. Whereas we started out with an alankar. I started with the alankar, just get your fingers used to the notes. Now that you're used to the notes, now we should just be able to go up and down and up and down. There, I was playing 4 notes, breath, 4 notes, breath, 4 notes, breath. All right. If I'm going to take a breath, I like to be like at logical places, such as halfway through the line. All right. Half of 8 is 4. So that's a logical place to take a breath. You can, whenever you have to breathe, you have to breathe. So you got to do what you got to do. If I don't have to breathe at all, great. Go up all 8, take a breath there. All right, halfway, because I'm up, and now I need to come down. All right, if I don't need to breathe there either, hey, come all the way down, play the whole thing. Repeat. All right, any questions? Okay, good. I think I'll play for a couple minutes and then we will go. I'll be back tomorrow. Bansuri Bliss members lessons. Join us at bansuribliss.com. Today is Saturday, May 30th. I am Dr. Kerry Kriger, and let's bring this to a close. I guess I'll play Yaman, because that's the most famous raga that is derived from the Kalyan scale. I am Bansuri Bliss Founder Dr. Kerry Kriger. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for coming here. Check out bansuribliss.com. Get in touch if you want to take your Bansuri playing to the next level. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you.